Hey y'all, Noni here. Welcome back to my channel. You can call me Noni. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Share, so that we can find all the other SFNers out there that are looking for information and support and all of that. Likes do help move my guess. I don't really know how the whole thing works, but likes do help with the algorithm stuff. Not really sure what that means exactly. Yeah, so just do whatever you can to help get this puppy along. But we do have 101 subscribers. So, yay! After over a year, I think I finally surpassed 100 subscribers. 101. So thank you all. I think mostly, though, it's been my broken foot that has brought on the new subscribers. Which I absolutely don't mind sharing with you, because it is a part of my small fiber neuropathy journey, because it is because of my small fiber neuropathy that I fall a lot. In fact, the other day, using my scooter, which I don't use very much because my doctor has been very clear, my orthopedic surgeon, his thing is, because did I show you the, I don't think I showed you the pictures with the attached things, and I'll do that next time, because I don't even know where my iPad is at this point in my life. Like, I just really don't, because I'm back to, I basically started back at zero, so there's not a whole lot I can do but just sit here and watch TV, which is so fun. But anyway, I think the last video you guys saw was of me showing you, like, my cast right after surgery. Like, Kelly went in to get my scripts while I was in Tom Thumb. So my first, the biggest issue with my foot after, so the nerve block worked great, and that was my biggest fear, was like, oh shit. Well, I guess I didn't even tell you about the surgery. I didn't. Okay, so they wheeled me in, as they do. And I always get really freaked out about these kinds of things because of my, childhood trauma and stuff. And I have DID, so I took a few Xanax beforehand, which has always been fine. I always tell my doctors what I'm doing, and it's not like I'm taking 500. Or even 800, or even close to that. But I take enough to where I'm not going to have some kind of freak out, and people are going to have to hold me down, because that's just going to re-traumatize me. So if you do have, suffer from PTSD or DID, which I have both, or whatever, and you kind of know how you're going to react in any given situation, then, try to be self-aware, and beforehand tell your doctor what you need. I also told my doctor I was really afraid of going under, because I've always just, the minute I come up from under the anesthesia, I just start vomiting. And he ordered, and I always tell them, please just give me Reglan. It's the only thing that works for me. None of the other stuff works for me. Promethazine, Zofran, none of that stuff, it doesn't work for me. And the minute they give me Reglan, I stop vomiting. And he's like, okay. And I was like, just, because every other doctor has said that, and I'm like, I tell them, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, and they didn't, And so then I told the surgery center all the same thing. Well, this first time ever I woke up out of surgery, no vomiting. I wasn't even nauseous. And I will say I took 2 omeprazole before I went. I took some the night before, I took some the morning of, and I took some Xanax the morning of, which I've always done. Because I thought, maybe it's the Xanax that's making me throw up. But I was like, I don't know. He promised he would get me that Reglan. And so I was like, okay, let me just see. And he did. And it worked. And then he prescribed me some for right after, too. Like a bottle of them. Which was good because he also gave me hydrocodone. What irritated me was that he gave me 30 hydrocodone pills. Okay, not 30 days worth. 30 hydrocodone pills that you would take every 4 to 6 hours. Well, I would say now the nerve. So when I first woke up from surgery, I was like, my foot hurts. And they're like, oh, your foot hurts? And I was like, yeah. Because I was told it was not going to hurt because there would be a nerve block. So the anesthesiologist comes running in and he starts doing something with my foot. And I'm like, what are you doing? And I started freaking out. And he's like, I'm giving you a nerve block. You're going to be, and I'm like, no. And, for doing my freak out. I absolutely hate being this way, guys. I really do. This is not something that people like me do for attention or like, oh, woe is me. Like, I hate being this way. I wish I could just be like, okay, cool. It's not in me. It's just not in me. And I started freaking out. And it did hurt. Now, luckily, I think I was still under enough anesthesia where I was relaxed enough to be able to, like, have my little freak out. And then he was doing it. And I was like, ow, 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 ow. Because it did hurt. It hurt like a bitch. But it was only for like a second. Because then the nerve block started working. Well, then that little nerve block worked for like... I swear it was like... I don't know, 2.5 days. It felt like maybe more. It was a long time. But everybody in my groups just said... I was like, should I take my hydrocodone now or wait till the pain block's over? Well, they all said just start taking it now so that you want to get ahead of the pain, not behind it. Meaning get your pills in you before the pain starts rather than trying to get rid of the pain while it's still there. And that makes sense to me. I know what they're talking about, but I do wish I wouldn't have taken it while the pain block was there because I feel like I wasted some pills. But I was taking, like, during the nerve block, I was taking them, like, every 6 hours because I didn't know when the nerve block was going to wear off. And so I probably wasted, like, 6 pills or something, and he only gave me 30. He did not give me 30 days worth, again. He gave me 30 pills. So I ended up taking, after that, the nerve block wore off. It hurt like a bitch. And I took 3 pills a day. I think I was taking them every 4 hours. So let's see if I woke up at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 7, 7 to 8. Yeah, so roughly every 4 hours, I took 3 pills. And that's if I woke up at like 7 or 8. But then I'd have to like immediately go to bed at 8 p.m. because I knew the pain pill was going to wear off. So I could either take another one or just go to bed. And I was trying to save up my pain pills because, this doctor told me, he was like, I don't subscribe a lot of pain pills either, so, I'm not a pill mill over here. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not asking you to be a pill mill. I'm just saying, like, can we do something to control my pain, please? But anyway, so he, I'd say those pills got me through about the first week and a half. And then I was out. So I called again for more, and he ordered me 15 pills. Okay. So, 9. So that got me through about 5 days. So I had pain pills that covered about 2.5 weeks after surgery, which was a major surgery on my foot. Like, it took way longer than he thought it was going to. He had to do a lot more stuff than he thought he was going to do. He had to, of course, re-break everything in there, and then I don't know. I wish I knew where my iPad was so I could show you the things. Where is my iPad? No, it doesn't matter. I'll find it. But anyway, yeah. So he ended up putting 2 plates in and 7 screws. It was the last metatarsal, the 5th metatarsal, that had the worst damage, and that one is the smallest, daintiest bone, I guess, and so it's a little bit more difficult to work with. And that's where most of my pain is also. Yeah, so he won't give me any more pain pills, and even though I explained to his nurse, I said, will you please let him know that I was on an opioid patch, not fentanyl, for an entire year. And when my doctor, because he didn't want to have to use 2 pharmacies, decided to take me off of it, well, that was it. I didn't start chasing heroin, because I was addicted to the opioid. Ooh, I just was like, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to be in more pain. Like, that was it. So I was trying to explain, like, look, you don't have to worry about those issues with me. I've been taking pain pills for years. It's been tramadol. I haven't been taking hydrocodone. But tramadol does not work for this kind of pain. And he agreed. Like, in my office, I was like, well, I have tramadol for my fibro and small fiber neuropathy, but tramadol is not going to take care of that. And he said, no, it is not. So we agreed. But my foot still hurts like a bitch. And every time I go visit him, which is every week, he's like, how's the pain? I'm like, still number 10. As far as foot pain goes. And he's like, okay. And that's it. There's no solutions. So that kind of bothers me and irritates me. I haven't been able to use ice as a friend because I had that big, thick... Y'all saw my cast. It was a temporary cast, but all bundled up. They do a nice job up there, though. I mean, I will say that the office and the only thing that irritates me about him is that he won't order more pain meds, but a lot of that comes from the panic of the opioid crisis and everybody thinking, oh, you're an addict. Well, there's a difference between being dependent on a medication and addicted to a medication. I am dependent on several medications to get me through the day without wanting to just throw myself in front of a train or off of a building or what have you, because my life is so utterly miserable. So I'm dependent on those medications to make me feel more human and to allow me to do more things, which even with that medication, I can really just like watch TV, hang out with my husband. I have to be somewhere where there's a heating pad for my back. Like, there's just no question about that. And when I have my grandson, we sit and we play, Play-Doh and slime and all of that. And then everyone else kind of taps me out, and we'll do like Legos and more floor stuff, because it's hard for Mama to get up and down off that floor, especially now with my foot. I wouldn't even dare. Well, I kind of do. So let me give you my the way that I've been getting to and from the doctor's office, so my doctor has been very, very specific based on my break and the what are the things? The equipment or whatever that's inside my foot. And him not being real happy with the way the third one is kind of working out. Hold on. So, he said, that I absolutely cannot put, like, before, when I went to the other shitty ortho, I was walking on my boot, like, heel walking on my boot, and I could actually get shit done, like doing some laundry, doing some, like, cleaning. I'd have to take real big breaks in between and all of that, but at least I could do that. And this guy's like, you cannot put any pressure on this at all. 0. You cannot walk on it. So I'm like, okay. So I literally have to be one-legged. And I know there's people might say, well, there's millions of people walking around with one leg, and they're fine. And that's true. But they most likely have a prosthesis, or they're in a wheelchair, or they're using crutches. I can't use crutches because I have fibro. It's excruciatingly painful for me to grip something that tight. I do have a wheelchair, but I have steps. And my home is not wheelchair ready. Like, the doors aren't wide enough, nothing is wide enough for the wheelchair. So, he's got me really paranoid about, there's just sometimes where, like, I have to put my foot down. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to say. When you, like, say if you're an amputee, they put you through something called physical therapy and vocational therapy, where they teach you how to do things without one of your legs. You know what I mean? Well, I haven't had any of this training. So I am just a little newborn deer in the woods. I know nothing. Okay? And yet I'm supposed to rely on this one leg, my right leg, to support my entire body, which is quite fluffy. And luckily I have strong legs, but I can feel my knee being like, bitch. So that's a little scary. But anyway, let me walk you through how I get out of the house. So I take my scooter. So I have a little scooter that I put my knee on with the boo-boo foot. I put my knee on it, and then we take that scooter and ride it out to the porch. And then that's got to go over a big, like, door hump. So we do that. Then we go all the way down the porch to where the steps are, and we stop there. And then I have to lower my body down to the stairs, which is, again, not easy to do. For all you skinny peeps out there, it's probably a breeze. It's like, oh, look, I sat down, so easy. It's not easy for this fluffy bitch, but it is what it is. So, and then I just butt scoot down each step. You know what I mean? So I take my booty from one step, move it down to the next step, so on and so forth. So then I get to the bottom step. Kelly helps me to stand up, and then I sit in my wheelchair, and then he wheels me to the car, which is easy, and I get in that way. And we've gotten it down pretty good, but it's still a pain in the ass trying to get down. Like, I'm just really worried my knee's going to be like, one of these days is going to be like, I'm done. And then, blow up. I don't know. I'm actually freezing. I mean, I'm freezing. It's like 86 degrees outside. And I'm freezing. Isn't that crazy? I should probably check my temperature. Oh, Lord of mercy. Let's go ahead and check my temperature. I like to, just in case, for my rheumatologist, because I get these unknown fevers, and it's just weird. Like, I got a bunch right after surgery, but I clearly didn't have any kind of surgical infection, which was weird, but they got pretty high. They got to like 10 something, 101 or whatever. Anyway, so that's how we get to the car. So I guess next I will show you my new boot. Hold on, I've got things that I wanted to show you. Where's my new boot thing? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Where's the... I can't tell you how hard this is. There it is. Okay. Sorry. Hi. Okay. So. Alright. So I'm going to flip it. Hey, where's my flip thing? What? Why won't it let me flip? This is weird. Why won't it let me flip back and forth? I feel like it should do that. What's happening? What's that? What's that? Okay. Alright. Well, I'm going to post this, and then I'm going to flip it and show you my boot. So, sorry I could not do that in one. I don't know why. I have a 6 Plus. I don't have anything else fancier than that, so I don't know why it won't let me flip back and forth while I'm videoing, but whatever. Anyway, so but basically that's been my life, is just waiting for my foot to heal. I could potentially basically go, oh, okay, well, that's not great. Maybe that's why I'm cold. I'm always cold when I have a fever. Anyway, so okay, so okay, my husband and daughter keep texting back and forth, group texting about lunch. No burgers, no sandwiches, no this, no that. And I'm just like, I don't give a shit. I literally don't care. Okay, so as far as how this has affected my small fiber neuropathy, I haven't noticed any, like, I thought it would make it worse. I do think some of the pain that I'm experiencing in my foot, I think it would be less if I didn't have small fiber neuropathy, but I have no way of knowing, just no way of knowing if it would ever be any different. I feel like, because like right after I broke my foot, I got like a week's worth of what is that? what is it? A week's worth of pain medication, hydrocodone. And I took that. And then after I broke it, it was fine. Unless I accidentally stepped on it, which I never let that happen. I had a big fat boot. I did not go anywhere without that thing. Like, it just didn't hurt. I'd get weird, like, pains in it where I'd be like, oh, fuck, is this it? But I get weird pains all over my body. So I think it may have stimulated some stuff. My suggestion, oh my God. It may have stimulated some stuff, but it didn't hurt that bad. But it's since the surgery, the pain has just been like, it's gotten to unbearable levels where I'm just like, okay, I have to grab whatever I can grab since I don't have a hydrocodone just to put I just want to be unconscious. Like, since I have nothing to numb this pain, I just want to be unconscious. I can't take a bunch of Advil because it really hurts my stomach a lot, and that's not good. It can be very dangerous if you take too much. And way back in the day when I first had small fiber neuropathy, and I did not know that I had small fiber neuropathy, I was taking like 9 to 12 Advil a day, which is so dumb. But I just wasn't thinking. I just wanted the pain to be gone. It was never gone, but at least it was lessened. And it definitely helped when it's like a good little booster when you have a medication like tramadol, but I still can't take too much of it. I can tell, like, in my tummy, if I take it like 2 a day for several days in a row, my tummy's like, no, bitch. So, anyway. But I do think my foot would hurt less if it wasn't for the small fiber neuropathy. The only thing that I think affects my overall body because of this is when I do have to go out and do the things. Like yesterday, I had to go to the bathroom twice with my scooter, which is, you wouldn't think it would be exhausting, but it's absolutely exhausting. And then, going, through the living room, over the big door, whatever, down the steps, then to the car, then back up the steps, and blah, blah, blah. It is so exhausting. And that, I think, is part of my small fiber neuropathy. That's how my body reacts to doing things like that. So, not a fun journey, not having fun at all. But I'm going to stop this video, and then I'll make another video where I will show you my new cast, or my new, what's it called? My new bumper foot is the only thing that's coming into my mind right now. Shit. What is it called? I know what it's called. I've had one for months and months and months. Boot. A boot. Show you my new boot. I love my new boot. I'll show it for you. And I have this other thing that I think might be cool, but I don't really know. It's also $1,200, so I'm not sure if I want to keep it, because that's like, damn, y'all. And that's my share after insurance, so. But we'll see. Anyway, so that's it for now. Aircast. That's what I have, an Aircast. Okay, so I'll end this, and then, so I'll, and I'll post it, and then I'll make the other one where you can see my boot. Okay? See you in a minute.